All right, I'm Logan.
I'm Ben.
I'm Nadia.
You're
There you go.
DeAndre.
All right, we did American football, the defensive back. All right, for the needs analysis, for defensive backs, positioning and timing is critical for success. DBs rely on agility, footwork, and speed to gain an advantageous position on the opponent. For this reason, we focus on increasing maximal speed, improving agility and reaction time, and developing power during training. For the sports evaluation, defensive back movement analysis, they use their hip flips, backpedaling, sprints, jumping, and shuffling. Muscles used is their glutes, quads, hamstrings, a lot of the lower body. They use back muscles, pecs, and deltoids. The physiological analysis, main energy systems used, glycolytic and aerobic energy systems. So for the glycolytic, it's more of the short bursts, and aerobic is for long-term energy. Skill requirements, you need agility, power, speed, and strength. Height and weight requirements. On average, most of the defensive backs are way more than 180 pounds and are above 6 feet tall. Injury risks include ACL tears, concussions, ankle sprains, shoulder dislocation, and acromial sprains. For our athlete evaluation, training background, frequency is between 5 to 6 days a week. Intensity is always high intensity. They've been training for about 10 years, 3 to 5 sets, repeating reps against a certain resistance. Classification is advanced, and injury history, he has a left ACL tear and concussion. For assessment testing, he's 6 feet tall, 210 pounds. For speed, his 40-yard dash is 4.4 seconds. His agility during the 5-10-5 pro agility test is 4 seconds. His T test is 9 seconds. For power, for his vertical is 41 inches. His broad jump is 7 feet 6 inches. And his power clean is 420 pounds. For strength, squat is 435 pounds. Bench press is 295 pounds. And deadlift is 405 pounds. And how these values compare to the normal reference values is above average.
So for periodization in American football, their offseason starts in January. That's the preparation phase. During that phase, you kind of focus on strength and hypertrophy. And at this point, you're really just kind of trying to develop the athlete's body into prime shape for the harder workload that's going to be coming later on. That's so from January to June. Your preparation phase 2 is from June to August. So we're going to be shifting from strength and hypertrophy to power and explosiveness. And we're also going to increase sport-specific training. So we'll start incorporating things like sprints, plyometrics, medicine ball throws, and stuff like that. So your competition phase starts from August and goes to about November. This is going to be your in-season training. So during this, we're only going to be lifting about 2 times a week, and we'll be alternating between hypertrophy and power workouts. And we'll also be doing a lot of sports-specific training during this time. Your transition phase, your off-season preparation phase, is going to be from November to January. This is kind of going to be for like recovery and stuff like that. So if you're injured, you basically have those 2 months to kind of come back. You really don't do a ton of training during this time. That's just kind of for athletes to prepare for preparation phase. So in the first part of our resistance training program, in the preparatory phase, we have, like I said, developing muscular strength and fundamental qualities of the athletes, and basically just preparing them for a high intensity workload. So we have them working out about 5 times a week. They rest on Sundays and Thursdays. Monday, they do lower body hypertrophy training. Tuesday, they're going to do their shoulders, their chest, and their triceps. Wednesday, we have back, buys, and traps. Thursday is a rest day. Friday is your lower body hypertrophy. And then Saturday, you have shoulders, chest, and triceps again. So there's going to be a chart that's highlighting the workouts that we do during the exercise program. For reference, at the top left, I have the chart on what days that we're doing what. So your lower body, Mondays and Fridays, it's going to consist of squats, deadlifts, front squats, leg extensions, leg curls, calf raises, and weighted lunges. This is going to be basically your entire lower body muscle groups. So your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes, your calves, your like, it's basically your whole calf, and also a lot of your hip flexors as well. So we go into squat and deadlifting because those are your two most complex workouts. For lower body hypertrophy, you're going to stay around the 80 to 90% rep range or 90% intensity, or I guess as far as your load. We're going to be going for 4 sets, 8 reps, and we're going to be resting for just about 90 seconds between each one. On your next section, we have your chest, your shoulders, your triceps. This is going to be your Tuesdays and your Saturdays. So this is going to consist of your hang clean, your dumbbell shoulder press, your barbell bench press, dumbbell incline, dumbbell bench rows, your Arnold press, and your tricep extensions. These are all going to be in the 8 rep range. So for a lot of these, it's just going to be your 8 rep max. We don't have a lot of max values for these. But the one that we do have is your barbell bench. That's going to be 236 pounds for this athlete, which is 85% of his total max. So I think it's like 295. And again, we'll go into 90 seconds rest on each one of those. For the second part of our resistance training, part 1, is going to be your back, your biceps, and your traps. This is going to be on Wednesdays. This is going to consist of your deadlifts, your RDLs, your reverse grip lat pull downs, your regular lat pull downs, your dumbbell rows, your bicep curls, reverse flies, and shrugs. So we start off with deadlifts at 324 for this athlete. Again, that's going to be around 85% of his deadlift 1RM. We're going to be going for 4 sets, 8 reps on most of these, with a 90-second rest. Your back, your biceps, and your traps, really essential in football for developing power and for power output, especially in that upper body, which for DBs is kind of important because they do a lot of hand fighting and shoulder fighting off the line of scrimmage. So you definitely want to have the upper body dexterity to do some of that stuff. The part 2 of our resistance training program. This is actually going to take place during the competition phase. So during this phase, we're actually just trying to maintain the adaptations that we made during our preparation 1 phase. And we're also going to look to peak around playoffs as well. So we alternate between hypertrophy and power training to do this. But what we're going to be sampling today is just going to be his power-based training. So only lifting 2 days a week for this. We're going to go Sunday, and Sunday is going to be our only rest day. Monday, we're going to go lower body power training. Thursday, we're going to go upper body power training. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays are all sport specific training. So this athlete during the season is really just going to be practicing a lot more than they're actually doing lifting. So for reference, again, on the top left, we have what days he'll be doing what workouts. So your lower bodies on your Mondays, this is going to consist of your power clean, your box squats, your glute extensions, your front squats, and box jumps. These are all going to be 85% of your 1RM. For glute extensions and front squats and box jumps, those are really focusing on like quick concentric contractions and being slow eccentrically to really build that power. We're going to go for 4 reps. We're not doing a lot on these, and 3 sets on each one. And we're going to rest about 60 seconds. So it's definitely going to be a little bit shorter than it was during our hypertrophy training. And like I said, the lower body is going to be working your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings, your gastros, and your hip flexors as well. Then we also have your upper body days, which is going to consist of bench press. You have the standing press, your medicine ball chest pass, your medicine ball overhead throw, and medicine ball underhand tossed. So a lot of these really are plyos because with this athlete and especially in the upper body in general, we really want to focus on those explosive movements. So that's why we incorporate a lot of medicine ball workouts. So on his bench press for this athlete, he'll be doing 250 pounds, which is roughly 85% of his 1 rep. And just like on the lower body, we'll only be doing 4 reps, so a lot less than we'd be doing for any hypertrophy training. And then we'll also rest 60 seconds between each sets. And yeah, we'll kill his upper body with these.
All right, we're gonna move out of resistance training on our other subjects. We're gonna start with the defensive back speed, and that's gonna be our first drill. We're gonna do 80-yard sprint. We're gonna do this at an 85 to 95% intensity. It's going to have 60 seconds of rest between, and they're gonna do this 6 times. The next drill is going to be the high to low drill. We're gonna let whoever is coordinating it's gonna decide if it's gonna be 8 to 10 yards, but it's gonna be at a moderate intensity, and it's gonna consist of the athlete running forward 10 yards, then backpedaling another 10 yards, and it's just gonna repeat itself 6 times. It's gonna be performed for 30 seconds at a time, and then we're gonna rest for 60 seconds, and it's gonna be high intensity. And then the last speed drill we're going to do is we're gonna have the single leg hop. This is gonna increase the stride size for the athlete so that they can, well, essentially they'll be moving faster because they're taking larger steps. So we're gonna do the 10 yards for it to, well, 10 to 40 depending. And then, we're gonna do 10 yards for, what's the
10 yards of hurdles.
yeah, 10 yards of hurdles. Yeah, I'm sorry. 10 yards for hurdles, and then there's going to be a 40 yard sprint right after it. We're going to do this 6 times, and there's going to be 30 seconds of rest between it. Okay, the next one we're going to work on, which is what we're trying to focus on the athlete, is his agility, because he needs to be able to make quick movements and be able to catch the wide receivers or other people he's supposed to catch up to. So we're going to practice this by using the first drill is going to be reactive box drill. This is going to be about like 15 to 30 seconds where they just stand in a box and they try to shadow the athlete in front of them exactly. And this is going to only last 15 to 30 seconds. We're going to do this 4 times, and then there's going to be a minute of rest between every time we do this. The next one's going to be the reactive line drill, where it's a lot like the reactive box drill, but it's more just staying on one line instead of just doing a whole box of it. We're going to do this for 30 seconds at a time, much like the reactive box drill. And we're going to do 4 sets also. And we're going to rest 60 seconds at a time between these. Last one we're going to do is the ladder drill, which is going to consist of the athlete doing the ladder. The 8-set progression of the ladder would be 1 foot in, then 2 feet in, then high knees, then scissors. Then it's going to be followed by karaoke. All right. Then left lateral, right lateral, and then it's going to be icky shuffle, which none of us have heard of before, but apparently it's what it's called. So they're going to do the ladder drill for 5 yards, and then as soon as they get out of the ladder, they're going to sprint for 20 yards to just do the explosive movement, see how fast they can go from their ladder drill to sprinting. We're going to do that 20 seconds of rest in between all of them, and it's going to be high intensity sprint right after that. Then we're going to go into plyometrics. We're going to do, for the box jump, we're going to focus on the lower body box jump. It's going to be 10 reps, and we're going to do 5 sets of this. It's going to have 1 minute of rest between each. And then it's going to be a 24-inch box. I don't want to go too high on it, but we also want to get higher on it. And this one's going to be one of the very few that we do at a moderate intensity because it's pretty strenuous at times. So
yeah, it's also something like for the power.
Yeah, it's for the
you want to be slow eccentrically on the weight down and explosive on the way up.
All right. So then next plyometric exercise we're gonna do is the medicine ball chest pass. We have a lot of, since we had to do a lot of explosive movements for defensive backs, we got a lot of medicine ball workouts, but this one is the medicine ball chest pass. We're gonna do this for 5 sets, and it's gonna be 8 reps because it's for power. And then it's gonna have a 30-second rest period in between each set. We're going to have a 40-pound medicine ball for it, and this one's also going to be at high intensity. And then the last plyometric workout drill we're gonna do is broad jumps. We're gonna do these for 30 yards, and then we're gonna do 3 sets of those. Then there's of course gonna be 30-second rest between the sets, and this is also going to be a high intensity.
Okay, so next we're going to transition to a sport-specific practice. So we're going to start with the drills that we're going to hit. So we're going to hit a back pedal drill and a 90-degree break drill. After our sport-specific drills, we're going to go transition into distance drills. So we're going to start with the back pedal, which is going to be 20 yards. We're going to do 5 sets of that. After we do back pedal, we're going to do 90-degree break drill. So you're going to go 10 yards back pedal, then command, plant, back foot, and then break for 90 degrees, and then sprint for 15 yards. And you're gonna do 5 sets of that. After we're gonna do the distance drills, we're gonna go into the recovery period, which is gonna be 30 seconds, and you're gonna have a 90-degree break for 30 seconds, and the intensity that we're practicing at is a high intensity. Okay, so our strength and conditioning combined. So we're gonna be in preparatory phase 2, which is through June and August. So Sunday is going to be our rest day. Monday, we're going to do resistance training, which is going to be power and explosive, hitting just lower body. So we have squat, deadlift, front squat, glute extension, and hamstring curls. Next for Tuesday, we're going to do speed, agility, and plyometrics. So we're going to do quickness box, ladder drills, followed by a 15-yard sprint, reactive box drills, and stride length drills. Then Wednesday, we're going to hit speed and agility again with plyometrics. We're going to do box jumps, high to low drills, back pedal drills, medicine ball chest pass. Thursday, we're going to have our rest day. Friday, we're going to hit resistance training, which is power and explosive, and we're going to focus mainly on the upper body. So we got hang cleans, bench press, shoulder press, incline press, and bench rows. Saturday, we're going to end it with speed, agility, and plyometrics, which is reactive line drill, single leg hop, broad jump, and 80-yard sprint. So injury considerations. So some of the recommended preventive exercises that we would perform for our defensive back would be following with the top injuries that they deal with, which is knee, ACL, foot, arm, chest, and ankle. For knee and ACL, we're going to do single leg balance, heel touches, wall squats, single leg bridge. For foot, we have Achilles stretch, calf raises, toe flexibility and strengthening. For arm, we got the pendulum, cross arm stretch, passive internal and external rotation, and sleeper stretch. And then for chest, we got bench press, pull-ups, dumbbell flies, and neutral bar dips. And then ending with ankle, we got shin raises, ankle circles, single leg balance, and calf raises.
Some of the ones that are mostly looked at is the single leg balance for knee and ACL. It's where you're on one leg and you're just holding yourself on, keeping balance and strength those back leg muscles like the hamstrings and the quads, and get that ACL back in action. For foot, it's Achilles stretch, where you're flexing your foot and you have to keep it with resistance, and it causes that Achilles tendon. Yeah, Achilles tendon is what causes that to tighten up, and so they can handle that type of resistance when running and doing agility drills and on the field. For arm, the pendulum, for that one, you are leaning over it could be a counter, it could be a bench. You loosen your shoulder all the way. You're swaying your arm in a circular motion for about, it's about a foot distance. You're gonna swing it and it's loosening up the shoulder and the arm, tricep, elbow, most of the joints around the arm. For chest, push-ups, very self-explanatory. I mean, everybody knows what a push-up is. It stretches all throughout, all muscles throughout the chest. Neutral bar dips. It gets the side pectorals firing up and loosens those up. And for the ankle circles, you're laying flat on your back with your leg up. And you roll your ankle in a circle and gets those joints loose. Or it's really good stretch before game and after. And I believe that is it.
Dope. Thank you for coming to our presentation.
Thank you.
you.